After replacing front suspension and steering components, it is a good idea to have an alignment performed. Some shops charge upwards of $100 or more for simple front end alignment, but there is no need to fear. Alignments can be done at home for next to nothing. To be clear, doing an alignment at home will not guarantee accurate results like a purpose-built alignment machine at a shop. A home alignment is more for getting close to accurate and will allow for normal operation of the vehicle. Tire wear can be increased if not using a purpose-built machine, but will be greatly reduced compared to not performing an alignment at all. This video will focus on the front toe adjustment, since toe has the greatest effect on the steering of the vehicle. There are 3 points of adjustment when performing an alignment: camber, caster, and toe. Camber is the angle of how far the tire leans into or out of the wheel well perpendicular to the vehicle. Caster is the angle of forward and backward lean in the wheel well parallel to the vehicle. Toe is the angle of offset to the direction of travel, measured between each tire on the axle and to the vehicle's center line. There are only a few things needed to perform a toe alignment at home: 2 tape measures, preferably of the same make and model, the correct wrenches to adjust the tie rods, 2 pieces of straight material that each span greater than the tire, and something to hold those pieces of straight material in place. The first step is to ensure the vehicle is on a level surface. Pull the vehicle in with the steering wheel as straight as possible. Depending on the vehicle, you may need to put the front wheels onto ramps. We need the weight of the vehicle on the wheels with the suspension compressed to do an accurate alignment. Next, attach the 2 pieces of material to the front wheels. Since my metal angle has holes, I used bungee cords around the back of the wheel to hold them in place. Try to get them as level as possible with the ground and parallel with the wheel. Now is the time for the tape measures. Keep the tape measures on one side of the vehicle, straddling the tire and measuring across to the other tire. Keep them perpendicular to your straight material. The 2 measurements now being shown tell how perpendicular the front tires are to one another. If the front measurement is less than the rear measurement, the tires are pointing in towards each other, and vice versa. Most vehicles have the front toe nearly perpendicular with a slight bias to toe in to account for weight transfer under acceleration. This is where the wrenches now get used. Whatever the measurements are, subtract the 2. Then take the difference and divide it by 2. This is the number to adjust each side by. Example: if the front reads 67 inches and the rear reads 70 inches, the difference is 3 inches. Half of 3 inches is 1.5 inches. Loosen the lock nuts and rotate the inner tie rod while watching the tape measures until the number from earlier is reached. Then retighten the lock nuts. It would be a good idea to factor in 1/8 to 1/4 inch of forward toe in total when both tires are perpendicular. Now for the test drive. There are a couple things that may happen. If the vehicle drives straight without driver input, but the steering wheel is off-center, the front wheels are perpendicular to each other but not to the steering wheel. This is an easy fix but may take a few test drives. Adjust both tie rods in the same direction a few turns and retest. If the steering wheel is closer to center, continue to adjust in the same direction until the steering wheel is center. If the steering wheel is straight but the vehicle pulls to one direction, recheck the measurements. Also look for possible damaged or bent components and then re-perform the alignment.